Peter Obi finally opens up on immigration issues, the tension in the United Kingdom, and denies visiting Tinubu. This is the news on InfoJazz. Now, the former Anambra State governor also spoke on his issues with immigration officers in the United Kingdom recently, which led to his being detained for some hours. The Labour Party presidential candidate during the last general election, Peter Obi, has debunked the circulating rumor of his purported meeting with Nigerian President-elect Bola Ahmed Tinubu of the All Progressive Congress. Now, the former Anambra State governor also spoke on his issues with immigration officers in the United Kingdom recently, which led to his being detained for some hours. He revealed this on Monday night during an interview with Channels TV, adding that the rumors and accompanying photoshopped images being circulated on social media platforms were part of the opposition's efforts to derail his goal. "I didn't visit anybody," the former governor said. He maintained his commitment to the rule of law and his willingness to see the case before the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal through to its conclusion. The Labour Party candidate also stated that he did not have a British citizenship. He claimed that despite staying in the country for some time, he returned his unlimited residency permit to authorities when he was about to leave. Obi explained that he was only stopped for a routine immigration check during his recent arrest in London. He said, and I quote, "I was stopped for a routine immigration check which didn't last more than 20 minutes. I was never arrested," the former governor clarified. Concerning the Labour Party's internal crisis, Obi stated that there were no issues within the party and that the reported crisis was the result of rascality by paid agents bent on derailing the party's pursuit of justice. "In the Labour Party, we have no issues. Abure is our chairman, and those things you're seeing are just the handiwork of paid agents who were trying to create confusion," he added. Peter Obi has been on the news for a very long time, and now heating up with yet another news from Peter Obi. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party has told Nigerian workers that there are forces of darkness holding Nigeria down, but they will collapse soon as he reclaims his presidential mandate from Bola Tinubu of the ruling All Progressive Congress. The former governor of Anambra State said this on a Monday in his message to workers at the occasion of the May Day workers' celebration, where he urged them to hold on to the values that encourage productivity in the country. This is coming a few weeks before the inauguration of the president-elect Tinubu Bola on the 29th of this month. Obi was encouraged and also encouraged Nigerian workers to persevere because the forces of darkness that had been holding the nation down will soon collapse, he said. "Do not be disheartened by the many challenges that today pervade the economic and political space of the nation. Everyone should remain focused on building a more productive and prosperous nation, which are part of the offerings to the new Nigeria. I want to assure you that the forces of darkness that have held the nation bound for long will not continue to have their way. We are determined to take back our nation for good, and we are not giving up. I urge you all to remain steadfast. The sun of justice, peace, and development will soon shine on our nation." Meanwhile, heading on, Peter Obi said that not minding poor workers' welfare in Nigeria, the workers had continued to labor for the nation. The Labour Party presidential candidate had on Sunday in an interactive meeting with stakeholders of the Labour Party, a number state chapter in Accra, the state's capital, said this while vowing to go all the way to reclaim the mandate from Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Obi, in a statement he shared on his Twitter handle, said, "Earlier today, I interacted with the Anambra State Labour Party stakeholders in Accra. The meeting was quiet, animated, and constructive. Part of our discussion centered on the way forward for the party. I reassured them of my readiness to go all the way, explore every available legal opinion to ensure that we get our mandates back. I appreciate all their support so far, as I assure them of mine." Moving on to the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this in a statement issued in Abuja on Sunday by Segun Adeyemi, the Special Assistant to the President on Media, Office of the Minister of Information and Culture. Now, the Nigerian government has asked the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, and other opposition political parties to stop wailing over their losses in the 2023 presidential election. The Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, said this in a statement issued on Sunday in Abuja by Segun Adeyemi, the Special Assistant to the President and Media Office of the Minister of Information and Culture. The minister said the opposition candidates lost woefully, adding that they knew they deserved to lose the election because of their overconfidence and complacency. Mohammed said President Muhammad Buhari's analysis of the reasons for the opposition's losses in the 2023 elections was incorporative, adding that the president deserved nothing but accolades for delivering undoubtedly the best election in Nigerian history. According to the minister, the tempestuous but predictable reaction of the president's comments by the opposition has shown them for what they are, shameless sore losers. Now the minister, who earlier accused Obi for treason for challenging the outcome of the election, said that President Muhammad Buhari lived up to his believing by delivering a free, fair and credible election, and his legacy is assured. The president would rather lose his state and many of his party stakeholders than tamper with the fidelity of the election, and that is why he provided a level playing field for all parties. He said the opposition's overconfidence going into the election stemmed in part from backsliding of social media propaganda, as well as faulty and procured opinion polls, which were apparently meant to hook-wind their foreign backers, and a section of the international media into uncritically reporting that they were coasting home to victory when they were indeed heading into the ravine of defeat. Mohammed insisted that the presidential candidate of the ruling All Progressive Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, won the presidential election fair and square by clinching to the majority of vote cast and surpassing the constitutionally stipulated 25% of votes cast in each of at least two-thirds of all the states in the federation and the Federal Capital Territory. He said, going by the result, none of the opposition party met any of the conditions stipulated for winning, and the presidential election, they didn't even come close in spite of their pre-election grandstanding. They, the opposition, keep leaning on some international observers to justify the fraudulent claims that the election was rigged. They conveniently forgot that Ambassador Johnny Carson, the reserved U.S. diplomat who co-led the National Democratic Institution (NDI) and International Republican Institute (IROI) International Election Observation Mission to Nigeria, said that the APC candidate undoubtedly won the polls. They also forgot that the African Union Election Observation Mission to Nigeria said the atmosphere was generally calm and peaceful in 95% of the polling units visited. The minister said that based on the reports, many nations, including the US and the UK, wasted no time in congratulating Tinubu. Mohammed further slammed the opposition for what he described as continuously seeking to mislead the world by clutching to the weak straw that results were not immediately uploaded onto the Independent National Electoral Commission's results viewing portal, saying the portal had no role to play in the collation of results. The opposition says that the failure to immediately upload the results of the presidential election onto the result reviewing portal affected the credibility of the election is a fraud. It is an act of blackmailing and deceit by desperate individuals. The opposition Labour Party in particular will go down in history books as the first ever distant third-place finisher in a presidential election anywhere to have boldly faced claimed victory, he said. That's the news of